Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Shazam Fury of the Gods, which has dropped because Comic Con is happening. Uh, Billy Batson is back, and Shazam is doing his thing, Captain Marvel, as he is also known. And they've integrated him pretty well in the Snyderverse, which I think they're about to drop, but it looks good. So the basic plot is it just picks up where the second movie left off, which was totally rock solid if you haven't seen it. Um, so let's get into it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming out to Whitesbog today. I sold a bunch of books. Thank you so much. And check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for the other base takes that I can't put on YouTube because YouTube sucks. Anyhow, so the gang is back. This is their whole crew, and they say the magic word, and they all become superheroes. He goes for a little counseling, but he goes to a pediatrician, because he's a kid. And so it's about Helen Mirren is the villain. I don't remember what the villains were in Shazam. I mean, it's been so long. The only one I remember is Black Adam, which is they're building up to. But Helen Mirren is the bad woman in this one, and so she's emerging to, I don't know, get the powers back or whatever. So they have a little back and forth, and they're kids and they got to fight, I don't know, dragons and stuff. And the wizard's back, and he counsels them. Yeah, they're gonna fight monsters and stuff. And here's the whole crew, the whole Marvel's family. They all have different powers. And they're all one big happy foster family. Here they are riding unicorns for some reason. I don't know. So looks like it's gonna be fun. Here he is throwing a truck at the dragon. Yeah. Here's my nitpick. Eminem's doing the soundtrack, and I can't stand him anymore. I mean, I guess it makes sense in some respects, but like Eminem feels so 90s when he was relevant, where kids would listen to him, and now it sounds rapish and rappy, but shouldn't Billy Batson have a soundtrack that's more contemporary? I think, right? It should be, I don't know, Billie Eilish or someone like that, like somebody young. Eminem's kind of like, I don't know. I think he's kind of over. I mean, I know you got to. I liked Eminem in the beginning. Now he's just, I don't know. He kind of went woke and he's weird. I don't know. I like some of his old songs, but it's just weird that he's doing this soundtrack. It just feels like a betrayal of what he was. I know it's like, oh, you call people a sellout. I mean, what else is it? What else is it? I mean, if you're going to act like a badass, and that's your whole shtick, and then, I don't know, then suddenly you're doing soundtracks for superhero movies, I get it, it's a lot of money, but it just doesn't seem to fit. But I do like the character. I like Levi's take on him. I think he's good. So I think it'll be decent. It says in theaters this Christmas. Yeah, I totally watched this movie. I think one of the reasons it works better is because of the magic origins of Shazam. Only in theaters. So this one should do well for DC as they keep essing the bed on this stuff. So, it's not really woke. It kind of follows the story. Helen Mirren's a great actress. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see her as a villain. Here they are, jazzing it up. So first act, it'll be probably the characters using their powers and doing what they do. It's sort of like the status quo, right? Reestablish the status quo. Billy and the crew are fighting crime, and they're keeping their secret identities, and it's cute because they're kids, but they're also foster kids. So it's even cooler because foster kids get a bad break or whatever. So, but they're still kids, and they're still making mistakes and whatnot. But then Helen Mirren, for whatever reason, gets woken up or comes after him because she, I don't know, detects the magic or whatever. Decides that she's gonna steal the magic somehow, and the wizard warns Billy. Wasn't the wizard dead in the first one? Or he comes back somehow. I don't know. Maybe he's in prison or whatever. So he's warning him or counseling him, and it's about a crisis of confidence. You know, he's trying to keep the team together, and it's really tough, and it's a lot for a kid. Is that Lucy Liu? It looks like Lucy Liu. I guess she's in it too. So he's trying to keep them all together, and they're having some problems. Helen Mirren probably realizes he's a kid and then uses that against him. Like, you know, tries to be his friend at first and then manipulates him. And then there's a dragon they got to fight at some point. So, I mean, this looks like classic superhero stuff. This is the kind of stuff Superman should have been doing. It's fun, you know? Fighting a dragon in the middle of the city is fun. That's a fight I want to see. Now, it only works for Shazam because, you know, obviously if it was Superman, it would have to be like an alien or something, or a giant robot. But for Shazam, it totally works because he fights magical creatures. He also dips into the rest of the DC universe, which is weird because they're trying to get rid of it. Anyhow, first act, reestablished. Second act, crisis of confidence. Helen Mirren gets the magic MacGuffin, whatever the hell it is, and they get this big fight at the end. I think in a stadium of some sort. So, all to the soundtrack of Eminem. And here's a funny scene where they meet for a cheesesteak, Philly cheesesteak. So, yeah, I'll totally go see this movie. The first one was good. I give this one it looks good. Looks fine. Looks like it's on point. I like Helen Mirren. I like the original cast. And this is building up to Black Adam, which does look good. It looks decent. I mean, it looks okay. I don't know if you could really build the movie on Black Adam. I mean, it's like squeezing an extra movie out of it. But I think the matchup between Black Adam and him, that'll be epic. That'll be very epic. And this is a good sort of middle movie because, you know, by the time he gets to Black Adam, he's now fought, you know, a couple of villains, right? Fought the first guy. I forget the first guy. Who was the first guy? I forget. And then now Helen Mirren, and then Black Adam, who's the guy for him to fight. And then after that, it's probably over. So, yeah. Let's do this. I'm totally down for it. This Christmas, Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Glad they're playing this. I mean, this is all about San Diego. It's going to be comic book trailers for a few days, folks, so strap in. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes, and we'll see you in the next one.